So I have just come back from Hiroshima. So I'm walking to the portals of Tokyo Station. And this is a Ekiben place where you can buy a lot of different bentos. Very nice place. I should say that Tokyo Station is my favorite station because I use it so often. And also, it's at the heart of Tokyo. I've used this station hundreds of, maybe thousands of times. So I'm going out of the Marunouchi Central exit. And immediately you come to this really grand square. And you see the Olympics and Paralympics countdown clock. It has been postponed by 1 year, as you know, so it's only 366 days to go until the opening ceremony of the Tokyo Olympics. I'm now going over to the Yomiuri Shimbun. It is the newspaper with largest circulations in Japan. Actually, in the world, I think. It used to be more than 10 million copies sold every day. But I think it's probably 8 million or 7 million. I don't know. But still, it's the world's greatest newspaper. Well, I don't know where I land on because green light traffic. By the way, I do have my token face mask. Nowadays, you should have your token face mask. So I'm going into the Owazo building now. It's a huge building and contains my favorite bookstore. It's one of the largest bookstores in Tokyo. So Maruzen is one of the oldest bookstores in Japan. They are known for importing many foreign books. When I was junior high, senior high school student, I used to come to Maruzen and buy English books. But nowadays, you can buy them on Amazon. But in those days, Maruzen was almost the only place you could get foreign books in English. So I used to come to Maruzen a lot. They were at a different location, but still it's this great bookshop, Maruzen, in this new location. Now I came out of the Owazo building and I keep going. This is a Marunouchi area. This is arguably the most prestigious business district just in front of Tokyo and very close to the Imperial Palace. This is where all the the important major corporations are located. So yeah, this is the very center of corporate Japan. So now I'm coming to an area called Otemachi. Otemachi is also central business district adjacent to Marunouchi. Actually, the denominations Otemachi and Marunouchi actually might overlap, but I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure of these things by my nature. we're coming to a really interesting area where they have built an artificial forest. And where I see that. So out of nothing, they rebuilt this natural habitat called Otenomori, which I really love. And next to this Otemochi Tower building, they have designed and rebuilt this very wonderful forest. This is something that I would very much like to show you. There's an escalator, but it's a natural forest. You can actually enjoy this very wonderful atmosphere of the heart of Tokyo. I really love to go beside this forest when I go to the Yomiuri Shimbun or in other places when I do have some business, and this is really wonderful, isn't it? This is right at the heart of Tokyo, Otemochi. So in Tokyo, the Meiji Shrine forest is famously artificial in its origin. When the Meiji Emperor passed away, they wanted to commemorate this great person, so they built this Meiji Shrine forest from scratch, collecting 365 different kinds of species from all over Japan. So this Otenomori forest is also artificial. So I think they have put many ideas and concepts and knowledge of vegetation into the designing of this area. I think this should be the future of urban designing. This is really marvelous. They should get a prize for that. Prize for the most innovative, creative redesigning of an urban environment. Because once this forest ends, you have this, which is good in a way, but we do need to have more forest, I think, personally. So I'm quite close to the Yomiuri Shimbun now, where I'm going to be interviewed for an article by a very famous editor in literature, Tetsuo Ukai. Mr. Ukai is probably the dawn of Japanese literature world. He wouldn't probably like being called that, but he's known for his very deep insight into literary works, and I really enjoyed conversing with him. So today he's gonna interview me, Kimi. That's Imperial Palace. And this is a Yomiuri Shimbun newspaper. Shimbun means newspaper in Japanese, and this is arguably the largest newspaper in terms of circulation. So that's Yomiuri Shimbun. You can see the logo in Japanese. And I think they are the official sponsor of Tokyo Olympics. But it's postponed. Not too sure if it's going to happen at all, but anyway, I'm going into the Yomiuri Shimbun, and yeah. 今は後かな？向井さんです。This is Mr. 向井は。
ああ、タオルって。いや。4度ぐらいしてきますね。あ、ありがとうございます。
Yeah, I have finished my interview.
外国人
音楽がちょっとあれですかね。
じゃあ